It's the season opener in high school football tonight on CCX. Rivals Osseo and Maple Grove meet to kick off the 2023 season. Hello and welcome to Maple Grove High School. John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson. Excited to get another year started for prep football. It's our Christmas, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Well, we always have this date marked. We talk about it all summer. How fun. This feeling that football's back, school's back. It's a great time of year, and we get to kick it off with the defending state champions, too. So pretty excited.
Maple Grove coming off that 13-0 state championship season, won every game last year on their way to a Class 6A title, but graduated a ton of guys over from that team, over 45 players. Osseo coming off a 3-6 season, Ryan, and they graduated 30 players. So two very young teams as far as varsity experience, and even in age-wise. We'll see a lot of sophomores on the field on both sides.
Yeah, and if you talk to coaches, John, they love when they have these, not a rebuild, but when you got that youthful, those sophomores, juniors that didn't have a lot of playing experience, because you get to mold them exactly into what you want. You're kind of starting fresh. You got Maple Grove defending champions. That's a lot of responsibility, a lot of pride. They feel like they want to live up to those expectations, but you have a completely new team. Who's going to emerge as a new star? We're going to have a new quarterback. Obviously, Jacob Kilzer the last few years was amazing. New running backs, new linemen, new everything. And on the Osseo side, they were 3-6. They were in a lot of those games last year. They are a tough, hard-nosed football team, really well coached, and they got new bodies everywhere too. So it's going to be fun to see how it all meshes together.
And for the coaches, you tell your players, those guys aren't coming back. Jerome Williams isn't suiting up tonight. Jacob Anderson isn't coming back out of the locker room for Maple Grove. So, this is your team. This is your year.
It is, and you got to learn from that last year, especially on the Maple Grove side. They got to see up close what those seniors did, not just last year, but in building up to that. What does that weight room look like? What does conditioning look like? And you want to try to mimic that. And so you learn from that. And then every year, every team, they have new people that emerge, and that's where you find out. You can see practice, you can see scrimmages, but you don't find out really until the lights are on and you're playing in a big game like this tonight. So excited to just see who this next era of stars is on both sides.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Osseo. Jamison Travis didn't play any varsity as far as offense last year, but they consider him a weapon this year, a tight end. He's a big kid. He'll also do their kicking.
Yeah, he's a kicker. He plays basketball. He's 6'4". He's athletic. And I'll tell you, Osseo, as we know, they want to establish the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football. But for them to be successful, they're going to have to be able to throw the football. You have a new quarterback, and Jameson gives them a big target, a safety net, really athletic, good hand. So he's got all the makings to be a really potent tight end.
For Maple Grove, just two starters back on both offense and defense. One of those guys who did start last year, Dylan Vocal.
Yeah, that you hear that name, it's a good athlete in Maple Grove. He's going to be everywhere. You're going to see him receiving the ball. And having, again, a young sophomore quarterback starting for Maple Grove, you got to have a target that you can trust, that you can rely on. Dylan does that. Also, you'll see him in the return game. May play some on defense. He's just a tremendous athlete.
A little cooler than last year. It's a warm late August evening, but not overbearing hot, and should be a good one on youth football night here at Maple Grove. It's the Orioles and the Crimson. We'll kick it off on CCX right after this. We are about ready for the start of a new season. Osseo Maple Grove football, Metro North District, and a big crowd on hand tonight at Maple Grove High School. Osseo received the opening kickoff, and a little bit of a breeze tonight, and already blew the ball off the tee twice as it's set back up by Henry Sievers.
the fun part too on opening night, John, is not only is it new for the guys playing football, but you got a new senior class that's in charge of the cheering, and you always want to make sure you're cheering louder than last year. You want to make sure you're doing all the cool stuff. So it's just such a fun atmosphere right now.
Referees are ready. Sievers is ready. And let's go. Another season underway on CCX, and this one will carry into the end zone. The wind behind the back of Sievers, but that was certainly a weapon we saw last year from Maple Grove when they had Ben Jamison handling the kickoffs and able to consistently kick the ball out of the end zone.
It's huge because a lot of teams put their home run hitters at kickoff return. If you can eliminate that, and not only that, but the long field goals from last year too. We look at Taven Smith. First career start, you think there's a little nerves going on. Right. Absolutely. And we talked to the staff at Osseo. They really are high on him. It was about 50-50 kind of competing through camp, and just had a great scrimmage last week. You're going to see he's got a great arm, nice touch. He's also a very capable runner.
And they'll hand the ball off to Carter Williams on the first play of the season. He'll get a yard out to the 21 at Crimson defense, which again returns just 2 starters from a year ago there to meet him. Bo Tyne, sophomore, the first one in, but he had a lot of help. So look at the starters, Osseo on your left and Maple Grove on your right, and then a lot of new starters on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that is, and it's good to get that first play out of the way for both sides, right? Now it's real. Now you just kind of relax and play football, get some of those nerves out, and just see who can execute.
Handoff and getting a couple of yards out to the 23-yard line. It's Omar Knighton. As you will see a lot of running. I mean, you are what you are on offense, right? And that's what Osseo is. Run the ball, try to control the clock.
Well, and you're going to see with Omar, he's not a big kid at 5'7", but you can see he's strong. He's well put together, kept those legs moving. I always think the key with Osseo is if they can get some positive plays on first and second down, so they're not in third and long situations. That's kind of what's hurt them in years past in this opening matchup.
Smith looking at the sideline, then back up under center on 3rd down and 7 on the ground, and a carry out past the 25 to the 27. A pickup of 4, but it'll be shy of the first down, and Maple Grove able to hold on that first series. Botheen again, one of those in on the stop for Osseo. For Maple Grove as they hold Osseo 3 yards short of a first down and no punt.
Yeah, it looked like Osseo maybe trying to catch him off guard. They're running right up the middle, good yards, but just a couple yards short. So a 3 and out here for Osseo. And you got to always be alert. First, punt of the year, you're telling everyone, make sure we don't go for a fake here. You want to be safe. Make sure you contain them here. Try to give your offense really good field position.
We talked about Jamison Travis in the pregame. He is also the punter and kicker for Osseo. Gets this first punt of the season away. Vocal fair catch it. Drops the football, but picked back up by Maple Grove at the 45. Jack Weigel, junior defensive back, gets on it, and Maple Grove will have excellent field position for their first offensive series of the season.
Yeah, nice job by Weigel. They're just heads up, right? Anytime there's wind, and I tell you, I always say it every year, John, but punt returners have the hardest job in all of sports, to just sit there, wait for it to come while everyone's running down, knowing they're coming right at you. So not an easy thing to do, especially with that wind.
Caden Harney, a sophomore's first varsity start. Up under center to get the Crimson offense going here for 2023. Inside give is Chuck Lungama, who will carry 5 yards, maybe 6 on the first play of the season for the offense. Lungama, junior back. It'll be 2nd down and 5 right from midfield.
Yeah, great push. You see Lungama there too, got good speed. And that's a great weapon for a new quarterback, a young quarterback making his first start. The best asset you can have is a good running game. Try to get that defense to collapse. They set up some easier throws, get your confidence going.
Single back now, and they'll hand it again. And it's a first down and a gain of 6 this time, down to the 44-yard line. So back-to-back offensive running plays. This time it's Engel on the carry, and he picks up 6.
Yeah, and a really nice cut by Engel there. That play, we've seen that over the years, right? You look at the starters for Osseo's defense, Maple Grove's offense. But that fake pitch with the handoff, and it looked like there was some good pressure coming into the backfield. Nice cut by Engel there, turns it upfield, picks up a first down.
1st and 10, Maple Grove from the Osseo 44-yard line. Harney to throw for the first time. He's got Volkel open. First down the sideline inside the 30 and down to the 27 of Osseo.
Yeah, and that, I mean, great coaching by Coach Lombardi there. You got a young quarterback, 2 successful runs, a nice play action here, and an easy throw. Rolling out, puts it right on the money. We talked about Dylan Volkel having caught 2 touchdowns last year. He's going to be a big part of that passing game, and a great first throw and catch.
Iggy Cooper on the tackle for Osseo. So a gain of 17, 1st and 10. Maple Grove from the Osseo 27 on their first series of the year. Harney will hand off. And Langama to the 25, just a couple of yards. Well defended by Osseo in the middle of that defensive line. Last one off the pile, Spencer Payne, senior defensive lineman. Good size, 6'3", 296 for number 97.
Yeah, and you can see he got off his block right at the line of scrimmage there. That's how you got to defend the run. You need those big horses up front, making plays, getting off blocks, making plays. Spencer Payne certainly doing that there. That's what you want to do. Going against a first-time starting quarterback, you want to try to put him in those harder down and distances, right? Make him a little bit uncomfortable. Try to get the offense out of the rhythm.
Henry Stang playing some offense on the starter on defense, coming in on offense, but it's going to be a penalty, a false start against Maple Grove.
Number 74 on the offense. Remains 2nd down.
So look at Matt Lombardi, now 13th season as head coach in the Prep Bowl each of the last 2 years. That's that heartbreaker to Lakeville South 2 years ago and went all the way and defeated Rosemont soundly in the Prep Bowl last December 2nd.
Well, and you can just see, besides just wins and losses, Coach Lombardi, it's youth football night tonight, John. What'd they say, over 540 youth players
45
playing for Maple Grove. So you got really good numbers, and that's part of the head coach's job, right, is to build.
Harney had to hold a good coverage downfield, and he's hit from behind and tackled.
Yeah, Marcus
Moreland comes up against the sack on Harney, drops him back to the 38-yard line.
And that's where that's just going to come with experience, right? You just have to have that internal clock as a quarterback, knowing that you can't hold on. You got 3 seconds. If they're not there, you got to start scrambling, got to start kind of making a play up. And he'll learn that. Caden Harney's got a great arm. I was watching him in warm-ups, and gosh, could he throw. But just that awareness, knowing and sensing when that pressure is coming.
3rd and 20. Lined up back now to the 38-yard line. Moreland coming up with a big defensive play. See if they can get another one here. Another whistle. Play of game this time. So this is what first games of the year are like sometimes, right?
And again, just with so many starters, the speed of a real game is so different, John, than what you do all fall in practice and summer, even scrimmages. It's the speed of the game, the huddles, getting the plays out, knowing where to go. And again, a lot of that on both sides just comes with experience and playing. So part of that is you got to be patient when you got a young team that's starting a bunch of new guys.
Screen on 3rd down and 25. Langama, a lot of room open, and he spins out of a tackle down the sideline, cuts back, and he'll go for a touchdown.
Wow.
43 yards for a score in Maple Grove after getting in a big 3rd and 25 hole. Answer with a touchdown.
Well, great play call. Again, an easy throw. Osseo's had success rushing the passer. How do you combat that with a nice screen? And I'll tell you, I was going to say Langama should have waited for his blockers. He kind of beat a couple of his blockers downfield, but he just used great speed, able to break one tackle, tiptoed the sideline, and got in. What a play. And again, 3rd and 24, goes all the way for a touchdown.
Severs was the extra point, and Maple Grove has the lead 7-0. Look at it again.
Yep, you can see, look at that. Great job, too, by the quarterback, letting them get there. And that's just ultimate confidence in yourself. He could have waited and gotten behind a couple of blocks. He said, you know what? I can make this guy miss. And that's a lot of times what football comes down to, that one-on-one in space. And not only did he break the tackle, but to stay in bounds. You see great blocking down the field. And you can see he's got that breakaway speed too. If they can get him the ball in space, Chuck Langama's got that breakaway speed. And sometimes as a good quarterback, all you need to do is find a way to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, right? It doesn't always have to be a 40 or 50-yard throw downfield. Nice, easy throw, and just let your playmakers go make plays.
So Maple Grove opens with a touchdown on their first drive after Osseo had a 3-and-out to start the game. Midway through the first quarter, and Crimson up 7-0. Seavers another good kick, and this is over the head of Andrew Farley, and again through the end zone.
Yeah, and this is a big possession, I think, John, for Osseo, right? They're down 7. They haven't won this game against their rival since 2015. And so these players know the history. They know Maple Grove won the championship last year. You don't want to get down a couple of scores here. You want to start, and they got to at least sustain a drive here. Maybe mix in some runs, some passes. Let their young quarterback get out in the open too, and see if they can answer here to that first score.
Smith will give, and knocked at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Or no gain was Sawyer Sanders.
And Robonic there did a nice job, number 4, getting that push. You know, Maple Grove too, it's a hard defense to prepare for because they have so many linebackers, and they're bringing pressure, they're coming in different gaps. And so sometimes as an offensive lineman, you don't know who you're blocking until that ball is snapped. So it's hard to prepare for it, hard to know necessarily who you're blocking.
Smith roll out on second down. He'll throw downfield and gets the completion. Out past the 35 to the 40, and the first down. It's Zamir Johnson, sophomore, starting wide receiver, making the catch, and a good gain for Osseo of 22 yards out to the 43.
Yeah, and I love to watch Taven Smith, a nice little play fake there, gets to the outside. Look how smooth that throw was too. Didn't fire it in there, great touch, put it right on the money, and again, you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and that's something we didn't see a lot of last year, of those kind of passes, so a big start for Osseo.
Go back to the ground game on first down and 10 and get a good gain for 5 yards on first down. That makes the second down, all the plays after that, a little easier, right, Ryan, when you get at least 4 yards on first down. Sanders on the carry there.
Yeah, when you're in that third and long, John, you feel like you got to be perfect and get a home run, right? So if you can get 4 or 5 yards first down, it's so big, especially for Osseo, who wants to run the football.
Van coming up and making the stop for Maple Grove, and a good defensive play was Jack Weigel, able to stop Knight for no gain, maybe half a yard.
Yeah, and there was a little gap there. It looked like that might go for some yards, but Weigel does a nice job of coming in from that secondary and filling. You know, and I think that's also why it's so important for Osseo. If they can have some balance and complete some passes, maybe you soften up some of those linebackers and defensive backs. Instead of playing closer to the line of scrimmage, you back them up a little bit. It might allow your runs to go for a little bit more too.
On 3rd and 5, they'll hand off, and a gain to the 49-yard line, a yard and a half. The run for the first time tonight for Colseth.
And again, Dylan Volkel coming in from that secondary to fill right at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be interesting. This is a big decision here. You're about 4 yards short, but you're right at midfield. This will be interesting to see if they end up going for it here.
Colseth already the 5th different player to carry the ball for Osseo tonight. We talk about it here with 4 minutes to play in the quarter.
And that's the other fun thing. When you got a new team, a young team, inexperienced team, you can get everyone the ball, right? You spread it out. You kind of start to see who does what best, right? Some guys might be a little bit better, more physical between the tackles. You might have another guy who's got a little more speed, a little more elusiveness. You get him on the outside. So you kind of trial by error. You see what works, what doesn't work. And this is where, too, with, remember, if they go for it, Maple Grove a lot of times likes to bring pressure with their linebackers. Do you think about going with a hard count, trying to draw Maple Grove off sides? See if you can't pick up a free first down.
Yeah, definitely going for it here. The offense on the field, at least. On 4th down and 4 for Osseo from their 49. Oh, and then penalty on Osseo.
Dead ball. Full start. Number 25 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Rick DeGardner is the head referee. We have mic'd up tonight, and he heard the penalty. Now it's no choice for Osseo. They will kick it away.
Yeah, you can see Omar Knighton just getting going there a little bit. He knew it right away. And what's frustrating, I bet Coach Stockhouse in that timeout probably said, you cannot go early here. We got to know the snap count. But just those nerves, excitements again, some of those jitters there in the first game of the year.
Travis, last one out on the field, the punter for Osseo. Second kick of the night. Gets it away. Volkel will try to return this one. Handles it at the 25 and goes out of bounds. Knocked over his own teammate out past the 32-yard lines where Maple Grove will start on this possession.
Yeah, and even though Osseo didn't score, they got a first down. They completed a pass, had some success at running the football there, and they changed field position. So not a bad drive there for the Orioles at all.
A little bit of a breeze, but a pleasant evening for August 31st, 77 degrees.
We'll be begging for this in about 6 weeks when we're all bundled up and you have your portable heater up in the booth here.
Right, no doubt.
But yeah, we've done some of these games too in the past, John, where it's been like 95.
Last year.
Yeah, it's really sticky out. This is perfect.
Harney going for a big play on first down. Got Volkel down the field. Lays out and makes the catch. What a terrific catch by Dylan Volkel all the way down to the 24 of Osseo.
I told you we should have highlighted him as the player to watch tonight. Unreal.
Oh, wait, we did.
Unreal. That, number one, a great play action there on first down. I like the aggressiveness. And how about the throw here by Caden Harney? Gets his feet set. Big, strong arm. I love how he got air on that, and he put it where only Dylan Volkel could catch it. And how about this extension? Watch this layout here with the one hand. And rather than try to pull it in with the one hand, he bobbled it and able to catch it with both hands. What a throw, what a catch.
Angle had an opening, but may have been aided by a false start by his team.
5-yard penalty.
This is the third penalty of the quarter on the Maple Grove offense. Look at the pass again from Caden Harney to Dylan Volkel.
Yeah, good play call. Again, Coach Lombardi really does a nice job after turnovers or new possession. He always has the right play called, it seems like.
Timmy Donato, pretty good coverage there. That was just a perfect pass and a great catch.
Yep, it really was. Excellent catch. Well, right now, John, Caden Harney has the best QBR of any quarterback in Maple Grove history.
Probably true. Hands off. This is Engel. Gets back the yardage loss. Ball is out, but Maple Grove gets back on it.
I thought, I thought I heard the whistle before he let go of that, but
I thought he was down too. But it looks like they're going to see where they mark it. Now they're going to mark it at where the ball came out and was fumbled. So,
yeah, heads up play.
Draheim got on it. Playing some offense.
Recover that. Nice job too by Osseo, and that's what you're taught. If you're not the first guy to the ball carrier, and your other guys got him held up, start going for that ball, and they were able to get that out of there. Maple Grove lucky to recover.
On second down, from outside the 25, play action. Already go throw. Here's Langama. Already got one touchdown tonight. Inside the 10, he's got another one. Drake Langama from 27 yards out. And Maple Grove has their second score.
Well, play action. Looks like a run developing to the left side. Easy rollout for Caden Harney. And again, a nice, safe throw to Langama, and he just takes it again. Great speed. If he can get to the outside, both times he's been able to do that, he's scored. And I couldn't see who. Someone from the Crimson did a really nice job down the field. They didn't block him because it was kind of a borderline, might have been a clip, and instead just kind of got in the way. Really heads up play, disciplined play, whoever that block was down the field. And you couldn't have scripted a better start for the defending state champs. And here again, there's that play action, easy throw. And you're going to see at the top of your screen right there, yeah, Dylan Volkel, he did a great job. It looked like he might have tried to block him, but knowing that he was probably right on that cusp of it being a clip or an illegal block, just got in the way enough there.
The tight end.
Yeah, to free Langama, who takes it into the house.
Yeah,
right there. 8. And I think, too, if he would have blocked him, I think they might have had a reason to call a penalty. So that was a really smart play down the field. And Caden Harney, could you ask for a better start in your varsity debut? I think he's 4 for 4, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Probably about 130 yards, 120 yards.
I got to do my math quick. 130 yards on 4 completions and 2 scores. This is a touchback, because once you go into the end zone in high school football, it can't be returned. Andrew Farley wants to get that ball out of there, but rules won't allow it. So Osseo again will start from its own 20.
Well, and you think too, just for Maple Grove, John, about the balance. We talk about running the football, passing, but they hit a deep shot down the middle of the field with Dylan Volkel, and then twice now with Langama on the perimeter with pretty easy passes, and just having that threat at whether it's down the field to the side, a dump off, it makes you hard to defend against.
Smith on first down, and this is going to be strung out and going to be a big loss back near the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Thien that time did a wonderful job at just stringing it out. And we always talk about setting that edge. Don't let a guy get to the outside. And Bo Thien, he just took his guy, he kept forcing that outside and then able to break off of it. And that's a big play and a loss of about 8 yards there on first down.
They gave him, I thought, a generous forward progress, only a loss of 4 to the 16 by Koltsev. 2nd and 14. Smith looking to throw, roll out under some pressure now, and he is not going to escape, and down he goes. Got pressure initially from Jacob Urbanek, and then finished off by Ryder Skansen.
Well, Skansen, I've heard that name in Maple Grove football.
His brother Sawyer, an outstanding player a couple of years ago.
He was outstanding.
And Ryder's just a sophomore, good-sized kid. He makes the tackle here and the sack.
Yeah, and that's one of those two where I think David Smith, you can see him trying to get to the left, trying to get outside there. And against a team with really good speed like that, you got to either, once you're out of the pocket, you got to throw that away, live to fight another down. Instead, we've had 2 back-to-back negative plays for Osseo. Really puts him in a tough spot here.
3rd and looks like 23 to go for Osseo after the 9-yard sack of Smith. Skansen back out on the field here on 3rd and long. But they'll hand off, and they'll get some of the yards back, about out to the 15-yard line. The best run of the night so far for Osseo is it's Sawyer Sanders on his 3rd carry tonight.
Yeah, I like how he runs too. He runs hard. Good-sized kid, 6 foot, 205 pounds. You see him running between the tackles, keeps those legs going. Really strong, powerful runner. He's able to pick up about 9 yards off of that. It's still 4th and long. And with that wind, you got to figure Maple Grove's going to have a pretty short field here after the punt.
Travis standing right about on his goal line. It's a high kick away, not terribly deep. Volkel will fair catch it. Dylan Volkel will take it at the 47.
Yeah, I think you could see Dylan's laughing. I think he thought maybe that he had pressure coming, probably had a little bit of room there to try to return that, but still short field. Maple Grove defense playing good complementary football, keeping the field short for their offense, who's playing with a really nice rhythm to start the year. And this is where, too, Coach Lombardi, he's loves to run a trick play or a deep shot, right? You just got a big stop. You got a short field. He knows he has the wind behind him. I would not be surprised here to see Maple Grove try to take a shot down the field, play action.
Harney is going to throw it, and he's going to go for Volkel again, this time down the sideline, and incomplete, broken up. Cale Anderson with the breakup defensively for Osseo. Good defensive play by the cornerback.
Really was good. I mean, well defense, in a good position there. That ball a little bit to the inside. I think on those, if you can miss high and to the outside, you always worry about a safety, John, coming over and picking that off. But again, there's a shot down the field. That ball hung a little bit in the air and still almost.
He still almost got that.
Great catch, but you see that hand getting in there by Anderson. That's a great defensive play. That's just a textbook cornerback play. He got his head around, saw where the ball was, made a play on it. Really nicely done.
They'll go to him again, Volkel, and makes the catch, breaks one tackle, and gets inside the 45 to the 42-yard line, and a pickup of 5. It'll be set up 3rd down and 5 for Maple Grove.
And quick first quarter, too, John.
Volkel's 3rd catch, and that is the end of the quarter. Well, a great start for the defending state champions. Home opener for 2023. Our score, Maple Grove 14, Osseo nothing. More prep football on CCXN opening night after this.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson back with you at Maple Grove High School. 14-0 Crimson after 1 on the move again on their 3rd drive of the night.
Yeah, and they're going with 5 receivers here. They like to spread that field, watch for a little crossing route.
Instead, they'll hand off to Stang, trying to bounce outside. Henry Stang breaks a tackle. There's a flag down. I think this is probably coming back. He does get the 1st down, but we'll check out the penalty flag in the area where likely saw
flag on the
an
play.
Offensive holding call.
Yeah, some pretty nifty footwork, too, by Stang there just to elude some tackles, but I think he got a little bit of help there with the offensive line.
Holding, number 29 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
They got Engel with the hold there. They're the running back.
So they'll push Maple Grove back to their side of the 50 at the 47.
Well, and being that they're on a short field here, I wonder if Coach Lombardi's thinking they don't need to get all of it here to get a 1st down. If they can pick up, 8-9 yards here and set up a 4th and manageable, my guess is they'll probably go for it.
3rd and 16 here. Again, empty backfield. Harney in the shotgun. He's going to throw. Volkel got a lot of Osseo guys
nice
around
tackle.
him, and then Anderson comes up and makes the catch. So you weren't going to be fooled that time, and a gain of 6, but it's 4th and 9, too far for Maple Grove in their minds to go for it, and they will send the punt team on for the first time.
Yeah, not an easy throw. That was across the field. He threw a dart, and I think that's where Maple Grove wants Dylan Volkel to just try to make a guy miss, right? One-on-one in space, made the move. That was just a great tackle again by Anderson, who had a couple of nice defensive plays there that series.
Osseo will use its 2nd timeout. So they didn't have the right personnel on the field or what, but they will take a timeout here with 11:20 to go in the first half.
I always wonder, too, if that would change Coach Lombardi's mind, right? You get a timeout, you start thinking, maybe I do have the right play here. Maybe we'll send our offense back on the field. It doesn't look like it. It looks like maybe they are going for it.
Yeah, Harney is back out there, but Sievers is as well.
Yeah.
Who is the punter?
But anytime you have the quarterback
in
that's
the backfield,
you got to be aware of a direct snap there with a possible throw out of it.
But it is indeed a punt. Sievers kicking it away. Takes an Osseo bounce and down by Maple Grove at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, good hold there by Osseo, forcing the first punt of the night. And doing a nice job of tackling in open space, too. And that's key. Let's see if they can't build off of that. Stop there, a little momentum, and get a big play here on offense.
New quarterback in for Osseo, Ethan Witcher. Junior will come in here. He'll hand off on first down and a gain out past the 25 to the 27. And a pickup of 3. His coach Stockhouse talked about it. It was a close competition at quarterback, and it's not surprising to see Witcher in the game.
Yeah, he really said they were neck and neck throughout all of training camp, and then last scrimmage is when they made that decision to go with Smith. But nice run there on first down, picked up some decent yards there, and they just got to keep winning first downs. So critical for their success.
On second down and 7.
Good push.
From that offensive line. They drive it out past the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and a lot of times it gets an aggressive defense like that. If you can hit him with that quick trap right up the middle, and you'll get a defense almost over pursuing it, you can get some big yards there. And I'll tell you what, you set up a 3rd and short here, very manageable. You keep every option on the table. You can still run inside, outside. You got it all when you're 3rd and 3.
Sanders picked up 4. 3rd and 3 from the 31 for the Orioles. Hand off, and Maple Grove's defense able to keep the running back along the offensive line and not allow Knighton to get any forward progress there. And he's driven back for a loss, Ryan, of 2.
Yeah, but he kept his legs going. It wasn't a lack of effort. He got a hit, spun off of it, got another hit. And I'll tell you what, Jack Weigel did a great job of coming in low and really getting a hold of those legs that didn't allow him to turn it up the field. So 3 and out here for Osseo. A good hold there by Maple Grove.
Travis with his 4th punt. Best kick. He's got the win too, but definitely a good kick and handled by Vogel. Past the 35 to the 40. Eluded one guy and decent return out to the 42.
Yeah, again, good field position for Maple Grove. They've been starting right around midfield here the last couple of times. So defensively, really a nice job. Only giving up that 1 first down on the last possession.
Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Osseo next week will go to Coon Rapids for week 2. Maple Grove will be at Champlin Park next Friday.
That could be a good one. I think Champlin Park's going to be a little bit better this year.
I think so too.
Got some really good athletes there. Be a good test for both teams.
First down and 10. And a short run up the middle, just a couple of yards. Out to the 44-yard line by Langama.
Yeah, Spencer Payne there on that tackle. Again, we've called his name a couple of times tonight. He's been that big body just kind of trying to clog that middle up. Made a couple of nice tackles.
Second down and 8 for the Crimson, shy of their 45-yard line. They'll give Langama hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
And Shandon Anderson came with some pressure there, came from the outside, did a great job of beating that block, able to hang on to a nice tackle in the backfield.
Senior linebacker. It's the tackle for loss of 2 yards, making it 3rd and 10 for Maple Grove.
Yeah, that fake pitch, it's a little bit slower developing, but what happens is it allows that pulling guard or tackle to get that kick out block. And that time Anderson beat that block, able to kind of duck underneath and hang on. Really nice play.
3rd and 10. Harney will roll out. Has some time now. Will run for the first time tonight, and he'll get out to midfield. Good run of 8 yards out to midfield. Now a decision for the Crimson. What do they do on 4th and 10? or 2 rather, right from midfield.
Yeah, what I like there, you love to see with a young quarterback, there was no indecisiveness. He rolled, and you'll see a lot of quarterbacks will wait and hang on, try to allow something to develop. By then, it's too late. That time he saw there was no one there. He knew he could get to the outside and just tucked it up and ran and made a really nice gain there to set up a 4th and short.
No hesitation. They go for it on 4th and 2, and they'll get the first down. Langama behind that offensive line, gained 6 to the Osseo 44.
Really good push. See Ryland Bale out there pushing number 60.
You talk about the players that Maple Grove needed to replace this year. That entire offensive line from last year graduated. So these guys are all new to, as far as varsity starters. We've got an Osseo player down here. First injury of the night. One of the, I think, linemen for the Orioles. They didn't catch his number.
Yeah, hard to see the number there. But yeah, that was, I mean, great push. You saw a lot of crimson jerseys pushing forward there. Easily pick up the first down.
It was Anderson who had that tackle for loss a couple of plays ago, and hopefully just the wind knocked out of him or something like that. It seems to be okay.
Looks like he's holding that right shoulder. Sometimes you can get a stinger that hurts like crazy, but usually dissipates after a few minutes. You hope it's something like that rather than separating anything there. You know, that's the other thing that doesn't get talked about, John, anymore, is there's so much less contact and hitting in practice and in training camp. Now it's, you know, before you used to hit every day all the time. Games were almost like a vacation, you know, and now it's different. You don't, just not as much contact. And so sometimes these first games, it takes a little while for your body to acclimate to it.
On first down, Langama tackled for little gain. He was hit right away by Keaton Crutcher, number 32.
That was a textbook tackle, too. Crutcher coming in, filling in nicely. There's a good push there. There was a hole there, and it was filled by Crutcher there. Nice play.
Crutcher's a senior. Both of these teams really have small senior classes, but both coaches really talked to us about how excited they are for the
younger group to come in.
The younger group.
Not jealous, right? You can, if you don't have the right kids that are seniors that are maybe aren't as, you know, playing as much, it can really ruin your team. But both coaches talked about how great the senior classes were.
Stang tackled for loss. Dominic Jones gets into the backfield and a big loss back to the 48-yard line.
And you can see the team speed that Osseo has on defense, especially with their linebackers. Watch Jones here. He's going to come flying through there and just darts right for the leg. Great tackle, goes right at Henry Stang's legs. You'll see, too, a lot of guys try to tackle up high around the waist or even up at the shoulders. That's how you miss. But when you shoot like that and you grab the legs, great form tackle, good speed. This linebacking core here for the Orioles has been really impressive.
It's a loss of 6. 3rd down and 14 now for Maple Grove. We wind down toward 5 minutes to play in the first half. Timeout taken by Maple Grove.
3rd and final timeout of the half.
Well, we saw Maple Grove was in this very similar predicament last drive where they had 3rd and long, only picked up about 5 or 6 yards. See if they try to get something down the field here. Make it 4th and manageable again, or pick up a first down.
Coach getting after probably his line a little bit there. Osseo's defense really stepping up with some big plays in this series.
Well, and the fun part about it, when you got young guys, you know, and just inexperience, you know you're going to make mistakes. You'd much rather make mistakes and still win games, right? You want to correct some of these mistakes after weeks 1 and 2 and not keep repeating them, but you hope that you can do that while you're winning football games too.
Third and 14 for the Crimson from the Osseo 48. Harney Steps into a throw downfield, gets the completion down to the 30, and it's a first down to Vogel on a gain of 18 on his 5th catch of the first half.
Well, do you think he trusts Dylan Vogel, right? And this was not an easy throw. Great patience, rolling to the right. What I love is he's got his feet set. You'll see a lot of young quarterbacks try to throw off the run, not set their feet. He set his feet, and you can see a strong arm, but also an accurate arm. That was put right on the money. And a big 3rd and long pickup there by the young quarterback.
Big hole for Engel up the middle. And Engel gets 9 yards on his longest run of the night.
Yeah, really well done up front by the Crimson. You or I might have been able to get some positive yards if we ran on that one. Big hole.
You maybe.
And James Engel, only a sophomore. You can see, not the biggest guy, but powerful. Hits that hole hard, picks up almost a first down there, setting up 2nd and 1.
They'll give to Langama. He's got a first down. Didn't get a lot, but didn't need a lot. Fresh set of downs for the Crimson inside the Osseo 20. And again, on the tackle is Spencer Payne.
And I'll tell you, if Spencer Payne doesn't get his arms in there, that might have gone for a touchdown. There was a big hole there. Spencer Payne just coming down the line. Got that big arm around him, able to hold on. Another really nice play by Payne.
See if Osseo's defense, which has had some big plays, Ryan, can hold Maple Grove perhaps to a field goal attempt at the very least on this series.
Yeah, or you try to create a turnover, right? Try to get that ball loose, try to pick up an interception.
Harney throws wide open is Draheim for a touchdown. Bo Draheim, the junior, gets a touchdown. Youth players excited, the Crimson excited, and just like that, it's 20-0. There is a flag down. This is coming back.
Let's see what it is.
Ineligible downfield. Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. He made first down.
I wonder if it
he
was
must not have
where he lined
right?
up, or we'll have to see, because maybe he wasn't on the line of scrimmage far enough, or if it was an unbalanced formation, you have to sometimes declare a guy to be eligible. Yeah, he was wide open. Let's see. I wonder if he had to be on the line there.
He was up off the line, about that. The only thing that had to be it, right?
Yeah, nice play design. They had receivers deep, middle, and short. So at 3 different levels, and that's how Draheim got wide open. A good throw, but it's going to be coming back here.
So 1st and 15, they'll pitch to Langama. Cuts it back, and he is into the end zone. No flags this time. Touchdown, Maple Grove.
Look at all those youth football guys coming over. How fun. How fun for them. Langama, I mean, 3 touchdowns, all very similar. Get the ball to him outside in space, and that was really well blocked too. A nice kick out by the receiver. They sealed off the end. All he had to do was round the corner, turn it upfield, and man, does he got some speed. He's got what I like to call John Jacobson breakaway speed.
Nobody called. I don't even call it that.
Well, that's what Coach Lombardi was telling me, that he's got John Jacobson speed, and we've certainly seen it 3 different times. But watch how well this is blocked, John. You see the edge seal. Look at that nice kick out there. I'll tell you, when running backs score on runs like that where they're not touched, yes, a lot of it is on them and their speed and ability, but this is just really well executed by everyone. Really nice kick out by Engel there. Yeah, I couldn't see who got the edge sealed, but they did that nicely. Sometimes you crack down right there. Look at number 8.
Ramatka again, who had a block on the last touchdown.
Really nice job sealing. And fun for those kids. Fun for Langama.
Pretty good for your first varsity game, right?
Well, you know, for him, you couldn't ask for more either from your quarterback, Caden Harney. I don't know if he's missed a throw yet tonight, has he? Oh, he had that one. Yeah. But he's been sharp. And remember, the touchdown was negated. He had a heck of a throw on that. 3rd and long, he had a nice throw. So really kind of all pieces coming together.
Well, onside kick. Maple Grove loves to do this, and it looks like they got it. Sievers, a little pooch downfield, and recovered by the Crimson by Stang.
Stang's going to be one of those guys just has a nose for the football, doesn't he, John? You know, and a perfect time to do it. You're up 3 scores, so if you don't get it, you know, it's still okay field position, but the way your defense has been playing instead. And I'll tell you what, I mean, not only the kids that recovered at Stang, but what a great kick, too. Not easy to do. You got to drive that ball down into the ground, get that good bounce. And they practice that. People that watch that think that's luck. That is practice, and they spend a lot of time doing that. We've seen them do that number of times over the years, and now this is where you got to be careful. Maple Grove loves to take shots after a big play like that, after a takeaway.
Osseo will take a timeout here. 3:29 to go in the half. There's Stang. Seen them on offense and had a big interception in the playoffs last year in their state quarterfinal round win against Eastridge. And was really a good player down the stretch for them. Came into play when Michael Ross got hurt early in the season and filled a big role at safety for the Crimson in 2022.
And that Eastridge game was close. That was maybe their toughest challenge, where it hung in the balance there. And they had guys like Henry Stang make big plays. They were able to pull that out. And then really almost played flawlessly against Lakeville South and Rosemount to cap it off. But you know what? When you win, John, and you win a prep bowl, and all these players, even some of these sophomores now weren't on varsity. But they're there. They're watching it. And this youth football, these younger generations are watching their older brothers and these guys playing it. It just grooms more success. You want to be a part of it. You want to do it the way they did it. And so success often emulates success.
You want to be the new standard, right? Breaking a tackle in the open again. This is Langama brought down finally at the 29, but a pickup on first down of 14 yards.
Well, he's got to be very disappointed in that he didn't score there. We're used to seeing him score when he touches the football. I'll tell you what, he made a guy miss right at the line of scrimmage. That looked like it might go for a loss. Makes a guy miss. He's just got that great speed and power, too, when he's in the open field.
Osseo really needs to stop here. From the 29-yard line. Arnie on the rollout after faking. Ngama throws over angles wide open and missed him.
Yeah, tough throw rolling out to the left. He had a guy short, but I think at the last second kind of saw Engel coming across the field there and tried to make that throw. Almost got caught in between 2 people.
Engel, the intended receiver. Ineligible downfield. Offense number 60. That penalty is declined.
Got a lineman going.
2nd down.
Penalty declined. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 29 after the incompletion. Pitched back. Roam up the middle, breaking a tackle inside the 10. A gain of 20. They're ripping off yardage on Ngama. His last 3 runs, 23-14. And this one officially will go for 19 yards and another first down. They're at 1st and goal at the 10.
Yeah, they've had good success running that pitch to the right. It's just so well blocked. That time he actually cut it back into the line of scrimmage. Another big hole. But watch this pitch out there. You can see that. Nice job by Osseo setting that edge. This time he cuts it back, though, and has lots of open space.
He'll get the carry again on first down. Sidesteps a tackle, gets down to the 5-yard line, or he's brought down by Crutcher.
Yeah, Crutcher, that's a great tackle. You can see how shifty Langama is, too. He's got that great feet, and you can see as he was kind of sliding through, he kept those legs going, and he kept going forward. A lot of backs are shifty, but they stop. Langama does a nice job of keeping that speed and momentum going forward. even while he's cutting.
Second and goal from the 5. Harney will roll out. He might keep it, and he'll get to the end zone. Touchdown. Took contact there, but gets into the end zone for a score. Trey Thomas, the defender for Osseo, but Harney gets in and gets his first career rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and he could have walked that or ran that in, or he could have thrown it. He actually did a nice job of kind of prolonging that, making the defense, you know, respect his throw, and they kind of stayed back, and then he made that decision to go with his legs. Smart play, good finish. And how about the confidence it's got to be brewing for Caden Harney? First start, he's got 3 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown, 3? Does he have 3 touchdowns? 2.
2 touchdown passes.
And one run, so accounting for 3 touchdowns. Great fake, but watch him get outside, but he holds the guy just enough. And then by the time the Osseo defensive back there comes into the picture, Caden already knows he's keeping it. Nice ball fake, sealing that edge. And a good athlete, good basketball player too. Tough player too. What took the contact, gets in.
A 28-0 Crimson. Harney's not a new starter to a varsity sport. He was a freshman starting infielder for the Maple Grove baseball team last spring, but steps in here and perhaps another in the line of potential 3-year starters for Maple Grove at quarterback. Brad Davison, Nate Albans for about 2.5 years until Jacob Kilzer took over partway through the 2020 season, and then Kilzer the rest of that year in the last 2 seasons. Sievers with a kick. This one will be returned, handled at the 15-yard line, and return out past the 30 for Temi Donato. And Osseo will get one last shot with the ball here with 1:31 to go. And 1 timeout remaining. Smith is back in at quarterback for Osseo. Wants to throw, steps up, and his hit gets about a yard. Draheim in on the tackle for Maple Grove along with Urbanic. Smith just gets 2 yards. Second down and 8. Clock running, 1:10 to go. I think the last thing Osseo wants to do is give the ball back to Maple Grove with any time left on the clock. Well, certainly would love to get points on the board, but that might be a challenge. 68 yards away and under a minute to go. Smith trying to pick up a block, and he is going to be tackled by a host of Crimson players. Cedric Buchholz, the first one to hit him, number 5, but there's a lot of Crimson there to help out. To bring Smith down at the 31, a loss of 1. I'll just let this clock go and snap it one more time to get to halftime. Third and long for the Orioles. Should be the final play of the half. Smith will hand off. Give for a couple yards out to the 34 to Sanders, and that will be the end of the first half. What a half for Maple Grove. They put up 14 points in each of the first 2 quarters, and they go to halftime on top 28-0 over Osseo. Ryan Iverson is headed down to the sideline. We are going to hear from both of the coaches, both Coach Stockhouse and Coach Lombardi, so we'll hang on here for a moment. Osseo had some good plays defensively, but certainly gave up a lot of yardage, especially on that last drive. Gave up some big plays and unable to stop Maple Grove offense much, with a couple of exceptions in that first half. and not able to generate too much themselves offensively. We got more prep football tomorrow night on CCX as Breck heads to Plymouth to take on Providence Academy. Jay Wilcox and Joe Basil on the call of that one. Friday night at 7 here on CCX. We'll take a break. We'll come back and more of our halftime here from Maple Grove High School after this.
CX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Halftime here at Maple Grove High School, season opener for 2023. The Crimson fans excited their club up on Osseo, 28-0 on the Orioles. Look at highlights from the first half of play, and a lot of Crimson tonight. Ryan Iverson.
Yeah, and it's kind of just unknown, right? How are they going to look? And they got off to a great start. They got a 3-and-out, got the ball back, an easy throw there for Caden Harney in his first start, and we'll be seeing a lot of that. Lankama, holy buckets, was he good.
Chuck Lankama with that pass reception, 43 yards and a touchdown.
Great pass, too.
David Smith only pass of the first half, and it was a completion, a big one, went for 18 yards on the throw to Zamir Johnson, but for the most part, Osseo unable to get anything going offensively. Harney, watch the great layout and catch there by Dylan Vocal. Set up another touchdown, one of 5 Vocal catches in the first half for 91 yards.
To concentrate and to do that. Another easy throw and catch, and again, just that great breakaway speed by Lankama. Makes a guy miss, gets to the outside, easy throw, easy catch, easy score.
That one covered 27 yards on Harney's second touchdown. Then the pass, this one to Bo Draheim. This one ended up coming back for an illegal player, Draheim, downfield early, but it didn't matter because they came back and scored on a rush on the very next play. They set it back 5 yards. Pitch to Ngama, and he goes in 23 yards out on this score to make it 21-0 with 3:29 left, and they had time for one more score after that. Got the football back.
Got the onside kick, right? Got that onside kick. Yeah.
Sievers here on the kick. And number 2, Henry Stang, will get the contact on the player trying to receive for Osseo, gets the recovery, sets up a short field, and then Harney on the rollout runs it in from 5 yards out, and that completes the scoring. 4 extra points through the uprights for Henry Sievers, and just like that, it's 28-0 at halftime. As we look at the numbers, just 41 total yards for Osseo and the 1 first down. Maple Grove with 10 first downs and 257 yards of total offense.
Yeah, pretty good balance too. A lot of passing yards, and again, a lot of rushing yards. Really nice mix, nice match, and they've had a lot of success. Good rhythm.
Ryan, we didn't get it on camera, but you had a chance to talk to Coach Stockhouse before he went into the locker room.
Yeah, he just talked about some of the things of having a young team, right? Remember, it was 4th and short. They went for it. Player jumped off sides. They weren't even running a play, right? They were trying to get a guy offside. So he just talked about it and telling them to be careful of them taking a shot down the field after a turnover or a stop. You know, so he's like, we're talking about it. We just got to learn. We got to execute. But he was really proud. I made a comment to him how great his linebackers were. He's really proud of how well they were tackling today and flying over the field. So a lot of promise there. Just got to put it together.
1 half to go. It's Maple Grove 28, Osseo 0 as we go to break. Home of the 6A champion Crimson. Maple Grove off to look to start 1-0 in 2023 on Dave Malenke Youth Football Night. Back with the second half from Maple Grove High School after this. Back to the field we'll go. Ryan Iverson standing by with Coach Matt Lombardi.
Coach, forget about the first half. We want to hear you sing Sweet Caroline.
I kind of sound like Neil Diamond right now, so
it's
just fun to be back out here. This is awesome.
I was going to say, so you're coming off, obviously, we talked about how great last year was. You got a bunch of new players. You got to love how you started that football game tonight.
And I really was. And I was proud kind of because we were imperfect. We made a lot of mistakes, like with penalties and stuff like that. But on 3rd and 17, they didn't give up. They made plays, and they found a way. And so that was refreshing to see. Now we got to sure those things up. But with such a young team, hey, they battled. I'm proud of them.
You got to talk a little bit about your young quarterback making his career debut. I mean, really poised, great arm. You had to love what you saw out of him.
Yeah, I was proud of Caden. He did a nice job. And like I said, there's so many parts of game management he's learning that I was proud he's kind of a sponge right now, and he's picking up on stuff. But he made some good, tough throws, and he moved the chains, and that's his number one job right now.
Last thing, you're up 28-0. What do you do second half? Just you don't want to get complacent. What's the message to the guys?
No, this team, every possession is a learning experience. So we're going out there, hopefully having an offense possession where you don't have a penalty. That'd be nice. And then defensively, keep getting momentum and things like that. But this is a team that until week 8, everything is kind of it's a practice set for us because they're so young. So every drive's big. We're not going to come out flat.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. All right, back to you, JJ.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, Coach Lombardi. It is 28-0. Crimson at halftime. We'll take another break, and then we'll kick off the third quarter in the second half. Prep football on CCX.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Ready to start the third quarter. Maple Grove will receive the second half kickoff from Osseo. So we'll get to the first kickoff of the night and of the season for the Orioles. Jamison Travis to kick it off. Dylan Bokel and Chuck Langama to receive for Maple Grove.
Pick your poison there.
Right. I would kick it short.
Well, he's got the wind behind him here. Should be good for Jamison. Try to get this one in the end zone for a touchback. God, there's a lot of energy down on the field and the sideline, the crowds. It's high school football is back.
It's a great night for high school football, isn't it?
Great
kick. It is a deep kick and into the end zone. So, yes, strong leg and a little bit of a wind, and it's indeed a touchback for Travis and Osseo to start the second half. So Maple Grove will start their drive from the 20. Worst starting field position of the night for the Crimson.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of big plays. So if you're going to critique Maple Grove, maybe that they haven't had a sustained drive, right? Not that that is a bad thing, but they've got a lot of home runs. Let's see if they can get a 3rd and short, convert, get another first down, you know what I mean? Yeah. And kind of develop a drive that you're going to need, later in the season here.
Pretty good first half for that young man. 7 of 9 passing, 2 touchdowns, 161 yards. The only negative, he got sacked once for -6 yards. He'll throw on first down, getting it. Dylan Vocal trying to get it out in space, but pretty well covered by Osseo, and they converge on him after a gain of just 3 or 4 yards as Cooper and Sanchez come up and make the stop for Osseo.
Well, really impressed with Osseo defensively, John. Not only their linebackers, their speed, their ability to tackle, but really their secondary on the perimeter has done a really nice job in coverage. They haven't given up, not blown coverages. They've defended well. That time coming up and making a play could have been a bigger play.
2nd down and 7. Harney will pitch. Langama trying to get the edge on the corner. Does, and gets out past the 30 to the 31. And a gain of 8. So we have a flag down, though, so this may be coming back. one negative maybe so far for Maple Grove, half dozen penalties so far here.
Well, and you heard Coach Lombardi say, I'd like to have an offensive possession with no penalties.
Well, gonna have to wait another possession.
Yeah, and there was a hold there, but I'll tell you what, again, just kind of showing, we've seen Langama with that breakaway speed, but that time showing a little bit of moves, a little bit of slitherness, right? Kind of inside, bounces it out on the turn of a dime, and then able to get from 0 to his top speed in a couple of bursts, and that's really impressive at the high school level.
The penalty moves Maple Grove all the way back to their 13-yard line. On 2nd and 17. Throw and completion. Ngama break a tackle and can't quite get out of the grasp there of Sanchez.
And again, good tackle in space. If he doesn't hold on to that, that one's going to go for quite a few yards. But I like that screen play. Osseo very aggressive defensively up front. They're getting after the quarterback. You kind of offset that by just dumping an easy pass. And again, you get him the ball in space, more often than not, he's going to break it.
They do pick up 8, so it sets up a more manageable third down and 9 here, Ryan.
And if you're Osseo, forget about the score. Let's win the half. Let's win the quarter. Let's win this possession, right? You got 3rd and long. See if we can't hold Maple Grove, get the ball to our offense.
Harney on the rollout, the ball thrown to the 30-yard line and a completion at the sticks by Volkel, and where referee is the side judge is standing, looks like it's going to be a first down. It is a gain of 9. Nice comeback route and able to make the catch.
Tough throw, rolling to your left as a right-handed quarterback, and to be accurate, right? Those are dangerous. You put him 2 inside, that can be a pick 6. He put it right on the money, and you said it, John. That Volkel, that's a skill, being able to come back to the ball like that. You help your quarterback out. You almost shield that defender. You come back, but also knowing where the sticks are, right? Knowing where that first down marker was, got just enough.
7 catches for 100 yards for Volkel. This is Engel on first down. He pops outside, 35-yard line to the 40, and gets out to the 43-yard line, and a pickup of 13 yards. Deion Ricks on the tackle for Osseo, but not until Engel had picked up a Maple Grove first down.
Yeah, and showing his speed there, time. They've had great success with this play, that fake pitch coming to the right side. The edge gets sealed, he bounces it to the outside. It's a little bit of that misdirection, and then you got those 2 guys pulling. Nice job, way to be patient. Seeing where the opening was, he bounced it outside, big play.
From the 43-yard line, this is a carry out to midfield. And Langama will pick up 7 yards on first down. So first it's Engel, and then go back to Langama, tackled by Cooper.
Well, we've seen over the years, if you can have a 1-2 punch. Maple Grove had it last year too, with some speed and a little bit more power. We've seen Wayzata over the years kind of have that 1-2 punch. If you got 2 guys that are healthy, that can stay fresh, and they have that speed, and they don't get tired, you don't wear them down. So it can be a really tough thing to play defense against.
Yeah, last year you had Jordan Alagbashu, Charlie Rouse. Of course, Jacob Kilzer carried the ball a lot last year out of the quarterback position. Harney on first down will throw and incomplete. Ramonka, the intended receiver.
Yeah, and I thought that time the right play was the check down to Langama. He was rolling in the flat, and you can see they're talking about, what did you see there? That's the biggest thing with a young quarterback, is tell me what you saw. Why did you make that decision? It's a learning process. And in the future, I'm guessing you're going to see Caden Harney that time just get it out of his hands, get it into his playmaker early. The other thing no one talks about too is young quarterbacks want to show that they can make the tough throw, or the great throw, the spectacular throw. And this young man certainly can. We've seen that already. Sometimes it's just making the easy throw. Nice play.
And Langama dropped by Anderson in the backfield. So Anderson shaken up briefly in the first half, clearly healthy, and he's just Second big tackle for loss on the night, and Maple Grove will have to punt.
Yeah, you see him shoot through that, and you got to be sure when you're coming on the inside like that you can get home. And he was sure, and he got home. Great tackle. 4th and 6, going to force a punt. Nice job by this Oriole defense here to get a stop.
Sievers just gets the kick away. The bounce, take a Maple Grove roll inside the 15, will be down at the 14-yard line.
A good punt with that roll into the wind, too. And you're right, he had to rush to get that off. There was pressure coming. That was almost blocked.
The Osseo offense on the field for the first time here in the second half. And just the one first down. They'd like to have something for assembling a drive, right? A couple of first downs, get yourself to midfield at minimum if you can't get into the end zone on this drive. As Witcher will come back. This will be a second series tonight at quarterback, number 9. He'll roll out. Looking downfield, will float it to the sideline and incomplete at the sideline. Koya was the intended receiver on the first throw tonight for Witcher. 2nd and 10.
Well, you can see just on that, he's got good speed, able to get to the outside, got a strong arm. I love the play call, even though that didn't connect. I think if you can just mix in a couple of throws against this Maple Grove defense, might open up the run game for you.
Second and 10 from the 13 for the Orioles. Midway through the third quarter. Witcher, quick throw. It's tipped, almost picked off. That was a pretty good opportunity and a good defensive play there for Braden Dozier.
Yeah, another young player, only a sophomore, getting the start tonight. I love what he did there. He read that play coming, right? Kind of a longer throw. You can see him. You see that quarterback's eyes zeroed in there. Watch him make the play on the ball. I'll tell you, those are hard because you know if you catch that, you have nothing in front of you but a touchdown. See, sometimes you have a tendency to lift your eyes a little bit. You get excited. Great play, good recognition, good anticipation. He's going to watch that and be like, gosh, I should have had my pick 6.
Isaac Johnson was the intended receiver. 3rd down and 10 now. Witcher, big rush from behind, and down he goes at the 15. Does get a couple of yards, so it's not a sack, but he was pursued from behind by Thien and had helped to finish Witcher off at the end.
Yeah, kind of our first really big collision tonight, too. Good speed by Thien coming on the backside. I tell you what, I love what Osseo did there. I know they didn't get a first down, they didn't complete anything, but they were going for 3 passes there, and that's what you got to do early on.
Offense, number 77.
Oh, we got a hold.
Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah.
Penalty decline. They'll take the result of the play. It's 4th down for Osseo.
What, Thien coming all the way from the opposite side of the field on the backside.
He's played well tonight.
Run him down, yeah.
His name quite a bit. It's just a sophomore. He and Dozier on those last 2 plays, both just 10th graders.
Yeah. If you can get a group of sophomores to play varsity and you can win while you learn, you're going to be so much better by the end of the year. And then you think about the upcoming years too, right?
Travis to punt, gets a high kick away. Handled by Vogel at his 48, sidesteps one player and spins down about 9 yards to the 43 of Osseo before being brought down there.
Yeah, good tackle by Jonathan Wills there in the open space. Good field position here. That's complementary football, right? You get a couple first downs, you end up punting, and your defense holds, and now they give you back a short field. That's what they did last year, I think, so well, is they complemented each other, right? The defense would get a takeaway, but then the offense would respond with a big play. You know, or offense struggle, but then the defense would get a takeaway. You have to do that to win a state championship, but they played such good complementary football last year.
Harney to throw on first down, going for Vogel, and overthrew him, incomplete. And Anderson, right step for step with Vogel defensively for the Orioles.
Yeah, Anderson's been in the right position. I think they're thinking Vogel at 6'2". And that's again where a young quarterback, throw it up, let your guy run under, let him at least try to make a play. Vogel, great hands, good height, good leaper as well.
Trey Thomas slow to get up and now back down on the field for Osseo.
Cramps. You always think about cramps right early in the season. It's still hot, still warm. You got to drink tons of water. But they hurt.
Well, 52 weeks ago tonight here at Maple Grove was opening night for the 2022 season, and Osseo getting a first half touchdown, able to pull within 9-7 on that rushing touchdown from B.J. Zacchielli. He was their leading rusher a year ago. Sam Peters, he was hurt most of last year, caught one of just 3 passes that he caught all season. 2 of them went for touchdowns. And then Ben Jameson covering this muff punt for Osseo in the end zone. It was a 29-point third quarter for Maple Grove after a 16-7 halftime score. Start of a magical season for the Crimson.
But it was a close, competitive game in that first half. Osseo's defense did a nice job too in that game, and it was like an explosion of turnovers, big plays, turnover, big play in that third quarter. It kind of propelled Maple Grove on their run.
You saw Trey Thomas heading back to the sideline of the bench. Looks like he'll be okay. We get a flag down.
Dead ball, encroachment, number 26 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It's the second accepted penalty against the Orioles tonight. So 1st and 5 from the 38. Three receivers to the left, 2 to the right here, an empty backfield. The throw to Sting, and he's hit and dropped for a loss. Another tackle for loss for Shandon Anderson, the senior linebacker tonight, number 3.
Yeah, it's a little wide receiver screen. And if you read your cue like Anderson did there, you can beat the guy coming over to block for you. He just blew that play up. Great tackle.
Loss on the play of 3 back to the 40. So after the first down penalty, the second down loss makes it 2nd and 8 for the Crimson. Excuse me, 3rd and 8. All right, incompletion on first down.
And those wide receiver screens, they don't look like much, but if they develop, they can go for big plays. That was just a really heads-up, nosy play by Anderson to jump that route.
Harney will throw. Ngama in space down the sideline. He's got a first down before he's run out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It looks effortless for him, doesn't it, John? Like he's not really going that fast. And all of a sudden, he just blows by people. Well blocked, too. Dylan Vogel holding this block up top. And again, helping your young quarterback out. A nice, easy throw, but an accurate throw. You get your guy right in rhythm there. He's able to just turn it upfield. He's an exciting player with the ball in his hands.
Justin Zian on the tackle, but not until it was a 30-yard gain for Ngama on the pass from Harney. His 11th completion tonight in 15 attempts. First and goal from the 10. Ngama get the carry. He'll get close to the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4.5.
And you think of the workhorses, Maple Grove history. Of course, you think back to Evan Hall. Remember him? Get the ball about 45, 50 times a game and just seemed to get stronger as the night went on. And
well, a couple of years before him, Isaac Collins. Great career he had.
Chuck Ngama, again, only a junior, getting his first start tonight, and looks like he's only getting stronger too as the game progresses.
2 years ago was Derek Jameson.
Yeah.
We talked about the backs from last year earlier. Second down and goal here.
He was one of those guys too that he got the ball, he could go for a touchdown at any time.
Harney will throw, gets the completion. Ngama, a touchdown. His 4th TE of the night. 3 receiving and 1 running.
Great play action again, and that time, what a decisive decision by Caden Harney that time. He had two guys, one guy a little bit deeper, saw right away who was open. He saw Langama open, and he fired it, and really impressed too with his accuracy with the football tonight. He's put it right on the money. That was a good drive, exactly what I'm sure Coach Lombardi wanted to see.
Sievers for the extra point. Chris Hughesby is a great special teams coach. He's got kids that can kick every year, right? And this year it's Sievers so far.
Yeah, nice little play fake and a good look at the quick decision making. And young quarterbacks tend to wait. And if you wait, sometimes that opening goes away. That time just knew right away Caden did. Look at him get the ball right there. He sees him, gets it to him. And again, throwing on the run. And when your receiver's on the run like that, you want to hit him right in stride, and he's done that tonight on almost every throw.
Langama, 201 yards of total offense tonight, rushing and receiving, and 4 touchdowns.
He's got 4 touchdowns, and then same with Caden Harney. He's got 4 touchdowns, 3 throwing and 1 in the ground. Those two have really hooked up and developing a nice chemistry, not to mention, too, all the throws to Dylan Volkel.
Saw Dylan's dad before the game. He said Dylan's older brother Caden would be watching tonight from Iowa State, where he's a freshman, not playing football, but going into engineering down there. And a great player last year, and a terrific leader for this team.
And kind of fun. You get to watch these broadcasts all over the country, all over the world. Get to see his younger brother and his old team here try to defend.
Ball fumbled on the kickoff. At least Osseo, Maple Grove says it is. No signal yet. Maple Grove sure thinks they've got it.
And the referee disagrees.
No, the referee says no. So football instead for Osseo. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter.
Wow, let's see if I wonder if they're going to have Taven Smith come back in and play quarterback, or if they're going to continue with Ethan Witcher here.
Yeah, looks like they will come back to Taven Smith.
Remember last possession too, 3 plays, 3 throws.
Smith will hand off. Knighton will get hit in the backfield and drop for a loss. Defense is not allowed a lot on the ground tonight for Osseo. Buchholz among the defenders there. Number 5, along with Aiden Gunville, 52, and others on the stop.
Yeah, Maple Grove always have these athletic, fast linebackers, right, that are maybe a little undersized, but they're all good athletes. And they're all really good tacklers, and you can see that tradition seems to be continuing here tonight.
Second down, quick throw out of the backfield. Johnson with his second catch tonight, getting out past the 25-yard line. Thien among those on the tackle. He gets to the 28 to bring up 3rd and 7.
Love the play call there. A quick throw, accurate throw. Really close to breaking that one to the outside. Nice job there by Maple Grove. Just nothing outside, forcing it inside. And you can see how well they pursue down the line.
Third down and 7 from the 28. Smith in some trouble, step up and run, and dropped by Thien before he can get to the 30-yard line. It looked like there's going to be a lot more green space, but both Thien able to make the tackle.
Well, and I was about to say that was a great decision. We saw in the first half he kind of hesitated a little bit, got hit in the backfield. That time went over his reads, saw no one was open, and just kept the ball, took off. It was a right play. And again, just good team speed by Maple Grove to close that down. But that was a nice play. Good decision by Smith to keep that one, tuck it and run. He's got that athleticism and that shiftiness if he can ever get into space.
4th and 5, and Travis back to punt. Gets it away, angling it away from Volkel. Takes a great roll and goes out of bounds. Couldn't ask for any better than that. It'll roll out at the 22-yard line. Kick of 48 yards with no return. Line of scrimmage is the 22 for Maple Grove. James Engel in the backfield. He'll get the call, and he's driven back. Tackle for loss. Isaac Stanley on the tackle.
How about that push by the Orioles? There was about 2 or 3 white jerseys 3 or 4 yards deep in the backfield. And that young man right there looks like a football player. That was a heck of a play. He got a great push right in to Engel. As soon as Engel had that ball, there were white jerseys. Good physical play up front.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Harney looked to throw at first, in trouble, and down he goes. Sanchez on the sack.
Yeah, it looked like that time they were on the different page there. It looked like it was going to be a quick throw, or at least that's what Harney was expecting. Dylan Volkel, his receiver, to the right. Watch him look to the right. Volkel was running down. Weren't quite on the same page, but how about that great speed? And Sanchez, another linebacker who's made a bunch of plays tonight. I think Osseo's got a ton here they can build off of him and feel confident enough. They know that we talked to Coach Stockhouse about this before the game, John. You play a really tough opponent right away with a young team. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? And you know, because last year after that first game, they played really good football for the majority of the season. And they're going to only get better after a game like this.
Harney on 3rd down and 20, a little bit short on the throw intended for Engel. And a 3 and out for Maple Grove. And they'll have to punt.
And I know Coach Lombardi is going to look at that series and be like, that was not our best football. A mental mistake, 2 guys not on the same page. A loss on a running play. So, you know, and he said at halftime too, is every play, every series with this young group is a learning experience. So
punt away, and a short one, and about short of the 40-yard line. And Osseo's going to have its best field position of the night to start the drive.
Yeah, really good field position here. Good stop defensively. Maybe their best defensive series of the night. We always talk about that offense and defense balancing each other out, playing off of each other. Let's see if Osseo's offense can spark here. Get something positive here going forward. Get a couple of first downs and punch it in.
Punt of just 21 yards. 1st and 10 Osseo at the Maple Grove 33. Late in the 3rd quarter.
And you got to figure too, John, with this field position, it's going to be 4-down territory.
No doubt. Smith continues in at quarterback. First down, and the give, and after getting a couple of yards forward, pushed back is Colseth by a host of Crimson. He'll go for maybe a yard.
Yeah, and got some nice push there up front.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be more than that, right?
It did, and then those linebackers, I'll tell you, they're undersized. There's one of them that was in on that play, Jacob Rabanek. You know, they're not that big, but they're all strong and fast, and you can see there's about 4 of them. And you're not going to push them forward very often. They're going to win that battle usually.
And that's going to be the last play of the quarter. They traditionally don't have necessarily huge linebackers, but kids that can run to the ball and good athletes.
Yep.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Maple Grove tacks on another touchdown there in the 3rd to extend their lead. 35-0 Crimson. Back for the 4th quarter here at Maple Grove after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
35-0 Maple Grove leads Osseo as we start the 4th quarter here at Maple Grove High School. 1 year ago, a state championship season for the Crimson in Class 6A. What a great year, capped by the win over Rosemount in the Prep Bowl. That was expected to be a close game, and Maple Grove broke it open after the first quarter and really dominated play. Could have won by, I think, even more than the 27-10 that was the final.
And not only that, I mean, we follow Maple Grove. We do a lot of their games, but I just didn't like how Rosemount played that game. If you remember much about it, I was so proud of Maple Grove. They kept their composure and their talent and their skill, and they just ground them down. Well deserved. They were, in my opinion, the best team all year long. And I'll tell you, Mike Grant said something to me, John, when I was after my junior year when we won the Prep Bowl. He said every year someone's going to win a state championship, but there's only one team that can repeat. And you got a target on your back. You got all these things going into it. And so it's in some ways it's almost tougher once you've gotten there. How do you do it again, especially when you have a whole new roster, a lot of new players and young players coming into the fold?
An incompletion for Smith on the first play. He will roll out, try to run it this time, and he is chased down, and another tackle by Bo Thien, and that sophomore has been all over the field tonight, number 18.
He's been all over, and he's fast. It's the second or third time he's ran all the way across the field. He cut in there. I saw it happen. I thought, oh, he cuts in. There might be some space there for Smith. And Smith did pop it outside, but Thien just kept going. Great speed.
If you noticed on the incompletion, the clock continued to run. We are in running time here in the fourth quarter. The lead at 35 points for Maple Grove. They'll stay running time unless Osseo is able to get it under 30, which they would do with the score. 4th and 7 here from the Maple Grove 30, and it looks like he will take a timeout. Well, that will stop the clock here. Osseo set up on the short field after they
had
a good defensive stand and benefited of a short punt, but just 3 yards so far in 3 plays.
Yeah, this is big. You'd love to see him get this, convert a 4th down, a long here, get something positive.
Osseo, after tonight, will go to Coon Rapids next week. Cardinals have some optimism this year with some really talented players. Their home opener, Osseo's, 2 weeks from tomorrow night, September 15th against Champlin Park. And then that starts a stretch of 4 games in 5 weeks if they are at home at Carlton Field. Then they close the season at White Bear Lake on October 19th. Fourth and 7. Maple Grove, of course, wants to pitch that shutout, right? They go for the pass on 4th down, get the completion, but the tackle is Buchholz able to come up and make the tackle. And Taven Smith and the Osseo offense not able to get much there after getting the short field. They only pick up 3.5 yards in 4 plays, and Maple Grove takes over on downs.
Yeah, and don't think too for a second that defenses don't, when they got a shutout going, they take it seriously, right? When you have a shutout going, you do not want to let a team get into the end zone, even if it's late, even if it doesn't impact the game. There's some pride in trying to post a shutout.
Ball fumbled on 1st down, but Engel gets on top of it.
Yeah, definitely some sophomore type plays, right, for this offense. New starters, right? We've seen some, delay of games. We've seen a bunch of penalties. That ball on the ground. So, and again, those are all things you're going to live with because these guys are so talented. If you're starting quarterback and running back as sophomores or outside linebacker as a sophomore at the defending state championship in the big class, you are extremely talented.
On 2nd down and 10. Arnie will give. This is Engel, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield for a loss back to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of big runs to the outside. Otherwise, I feel like Osseo, their front 7 up front has done a pretty nice job, especially between the tackles, not allowing a lot. They got some good size, and they got some really good linebackers. This defense is going to be just fine this year. Really talented.
Maple Grove certainly doesn't have to pass. I'll be interested to see if they do here. I mean, with the lead, it's a passing situation normally. And they will throw. Harney is going to be flushed out of the pocket, though. He's going to have to run the ball, trying to tiptoe down the sideline, but got knocked out before he can get to the sticks at the 35. And Maple Grove will punt it away here after a gain of 6 for Harney.
And you know what? That's a smart decision. Instead of throwing maybe a ball into traffic that gets intercepted, trying to make a spectacular play, he makes the right play, gets outside, gets some positive yards, understanding the score and the time remaining. There's no need to force anything there. That's a smart play.
Severs was going to punt, so we get a false start on Maple Grove.
Dead ball, false start, offense, number 35. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
So backs up Maple Grove 5 yards. Severs gets the kick away. Gathered in at the 37 and dropped at the 39. Johnson. Buchholz got downfield in a hurry. Bannock also there, and Osseo take over. 1st down and 10, just shy of their 40-yard line.
When you talked about special teams last year, look at that shot. Beautiful picture. You know, the kicking of Maple Grove last year, some long field goals, some crucial field goals, but even that punt return coverage, kick return coverage, it's such a big part of winning those tight games, right? It's field position, and that's something that Maple Grove did really well last year. And again, it appears like they got really good special teams. And then a lot of people kind of poo-poo special teams, like, yeah, that's not that important, but they can win and lose games for you, that's for sure.
Well, you remember that Forest Lake game last year, and they had the 2 onside kicks that they recovered and turned into points and turned that into a rout by halftime.
And they were kind of stagnant offensively until those 2 plays, and then they kind of jump-started them. Absolutely.
Second timeout here taken by Osseo. 6:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. We saw Osseo's upcoming schedule. Here's what the Crimson have ahead. They are at Champlin Park next Friday, and then 2 weeks from tonight, a game that's been moved from Friday to Thursday. They'll take on a Centennial team that always plays them tough, beat them 2 years ago, and that will be a tough game. The Cougars should be good this year. At Anoka, at Blaine, Coon Rapids. STMA is our next Maple Grove TV game. Ryan and I will be there on October 12th, and then they close out an afternoon game, Thursday afternoon, October 19th against Minnetonka.
Which should be a really good team. Yeah, that's a tough finishing schedule there.
It'll be a little colder on October 12th, Ryan.
Well, I was just thinking, John, it's, you know, the season starts tonight, and it's like we blink and we're already in October and getting ready for the playoffs. It's just amazing how fast these seasons go. Nice run. Good pull up front, too. Excellent run that time by Lance Kia.
Gains 3 out to the 42-yard line.
That's the other thing we've seen a nice job tonight, too, like you mentioned, is Osseo's giving the ball to a number of different players and backs. They're getting everyone touches, which is, as you're building your season, you want to get as many guys experience and confidence as you can.
Witcher's back in at quarterback this series for Osseo. Second down and 7. Witcher to throw, gets a completion as Travis, tackled by Buchholz out at the 47. It'll get about 5 yards on the play. First catch tonight for Jamison Travis.
Well, Coach Stackhouse talked to us about him and how good he's been this year. He's got big body, good basketball player. They got to find ways to get him the ball. We've seen him do a great job of punting tonight, but you can see he's a big target, good hands.
Run and stacked up in the backfield and dropped for a loss there by Bannock. That's Isaac Stanley on the carry, and he did not get much. He lost a little bit of yardage. It'll be 4th down and 4 to go.
That was one of those, too, where it looked like there was some yardage, right? And then you see that wall of Crimson come in and as a collective unit just start pushing the guy backwards. Good team tackling. Maple Grove always very good in that department.
On 4th down here, Witcher will go ahead and gets a first down. right out to midfield.
I love the call, love the play. Simple, good push up front by their interior lineman, and a nice job too by Witcher just staying low and keeping those legs moving. Picks up a first down, I think is the second one of the night. Yeah, that's a big. That does not look like it feels good, does it?
So Witcher gets his team out to midfield.
Well, you want to earn points with your offensive lineman and your team, and your toughness is you do things like that. You get your head bent backwards. You don't complain. You just pick up the first down and you come back out.
Wanting to throw on first down, instead pulls it in and gets a couple of yards to the 47, maybe 48-yard line. Draheim in on the stop that time for Maple Grove.
Yeah, almost I don't know if that's a broken play or a designed run. Looked like he was going to throw and tucked it down and got a couple of good yards there. Well, your son Jack was a part of that championship team last year. Isn't it amazing how fast it goes, right?
Right.
We were talking that first game, you've been looking forward to it. You feel like you still got the whole season, and you snap a finger, and before you know it, oh, nice play.
Sack for Buchholz back at the 43 of Osseo. Cedric Buchholz, we talked to him in the preseason. He talked about how much he's looked forward to his senior year and how he looked up to the older guys. He said, now I'm one of those older guys, and this is my year, and that's kind of the theme for all of these guys. This is their story to write, right, in 2023.
It was, and the thing that you're seeing, whether you're watching from 2018 or 2023, are these really good, fast linebackers that are smart, they're nosy, they're always by the football, and they're sure tacklers. And there he is again coming up, and you see that they do not miss tackles.
That help at the end from Ethan Berry, but it's Buchholz again with initial contact, and the Osseo, after getting a couple of yards on that play, stopped at the 45, and they've got a punt.
You know, and if you can set your defense up and you got 4 fast, good linebackers who are smart, you can really control an offense. You don't have a weakness because you can cover the outside. You can bring your secondary up to help with the run. Those guys are usually smart in the passing game too. That's why Maple Grove's always been a really solid defense, even though they're usually undersized.
Volko with the fair catch back at the 20. Upcoming on CCX, another prep football game on Friday night. Breck and Providence Academy. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Then next week after Labor Day, Park Center Cooper volleyball on Tuesday. Boys soccer, Park Center against Armstrong. That should be a good one. And then Park Center football against Bloomington Kennedy next Friday. The Pirates losing their home season opener tonight at Cooper 20-7. First down run. This is Ali Clausen in the backfield, the senior running back. They get to other players a chance to play here. Michael Jost is in at quarterback, senior. Clausen with a good run, Ryan, picks up 11 yards on first down.
Yeah, you love to see the senior getting some opportunities here and making the most of it. Really nice looking run.
He'll get the ball again. Out past the 35, the 36-yard lines, picks up about 3 there. So again, it's a chance for the guys who are the backups on the offensive line in all parts to get work on the scout team to get some varsity reps here tonight and some Thursday night football.
You got some volleyball telecasts coming up. Is it Wayzata's year again? Do you believe so? Are they loaded again?
Wayzata is loaded, yeah. We saw Champlin Park earlier this week.
They're always really good, right?
Unfortunately, they have the misfortune of being in the same section as Wayzata. It could come down to those two teams again in that section. Maple Grove's got a good team this year. They're in the top 10, but Wayzata is definitely the team to beat again in Class 4A.
Well, it always thinks me back to the girls basketball when we had Hopkins Wayzata for about that 5-year stretch where those two were clearly the best 2 teams in the state, but always had to meet in the sections as well.
Jost to bring the offense up on third down here in 35 seconds to go. They'll need to run just one more play here. And the handoff, Clausen, first down, out past the 40 to the 43-yard line. We'll get a first down, and that will be the end tonight. Well, that is it. Maple Grove, Ryan, impressive on opening night, 35-0.
Yeah, they were really impressive. Great start to this game. Last year, remember, they got off to a slower start and then kind of exploded after halftime. Tonight, 3-and-out score, 3-and-out score. Got off to that good start. They got a lot of young players, a lot of experience, and a really complete game. But I'll tell you what Coach Lombardi's going to love. There was a ton of mistakes, so he's going to have the team's attention, right? You're going to always try to get better, but you want to do it while you're winning as well. And I'll tell you what, Osseo, if you're a fan of Osseo, you're thinking 35-0. They got a lot of talent, especially defensively, and they're only going to get better after a game like this.
We'll take time out. Ryan will head down to the field. We'll have our post game as we wrap things up from Maple Grove High School on opening night of high school football on CCX. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Happy bunch of Maple Grove Crimson. They win on opening night over Osseo. 35-0 the final. Ryan Iverson standing by with 2 of the Crimson players now.
Hi, thanks, John. I'm here with a couple of really happy Maple Grove players. We're going to start on the defensive side of the football. I see a big 0 up there, which means you got a shutout. So, Cedric Buchholz, talk a little bit about not only your effort, but just your team's effort on defense tonight.
The team effort was awesome. 0 points on the first game of the year. None of us have really played varsity before except for 1 or 2 of us. And so getting a shutout and getting big hits and big plays is that's really awesome for us. We're really happy.
During the broadcast, I said I could be watching 2015 or 2023. You guys always have really good linebackers, yourself included, undersized, but always nose for the football, always making tackles. What is it about you guys and the linebackers here?
I think it's just the stuff that we do in the off season, the speed, the strength, just everything that we do in the off season kicks into today. I didn't think it would now, but now that I'm here and now that we just won this game, I feel it.
Last question for you. So you're defending state champions, a lot of pressure, but it's also a brand new team, a lot of new players. How important was it tonight to kind of set the tone for this year's team and this season?
It's super important. Last year was last year, but I think we can go on a run this year. We have a strong defense and we have a very, very strong offense, and I think we can get there.
Awesome. Well, congrats on a great game tonight. Lots of tackles, fun to watch. All right, the man who all he does is score touchdowns. We got Chuck Lungaman. Talk a little bit about 4 touchdowns, 3 of them catching, 1 of them running. You kind of did it all. Did you know you were going to have that kind of success tonight?
Oh, no, I just came in the game, played hard, played fast, and preparing to this week, just every down, playing hard, playing fast, getting ready.
So you got a young quarterback. You got a sophomore quarterback. I thought it was really important early to get him a couple of easy throws. Well, a couple of those easy throws were to you. You did the work. You scored a touchdown. How big was that for you guys as a confidence builder? Being that was your first start, it was his first start. How important was that to get off to that kind of a beginning?
It was really important. At first you get nervous. You're like, dang, it's our first game. You know what I mean? And then we after the first play, we're like, all right, we got to play now. Let's go. Let's get it done.
All right, big question here. You guys were both stars tonight. One-on-one tackling drill in practice. Who's going to win that?
I got that. Yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. That's definitely me.
He's not tackling you?
Nah, he's never tackled me.
Yeah, I have. Get out of here.
There you go. Competitiveness here. Well, congratulations, guys, on starting the season off right, 35-0. Back to you, JJ.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks to Cedric and Chuck, and a great opening night for those guys and the rest of Maple Grove. They start out the season with a win. Again, we'll see Osseo in a couple of weeks against Champlin Park later this month or later this season. Maple Grove, our next TV game at STMA in October. That will do it for our telecast tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. For Ryan Iverson and all of our terrific crew tonight here at Maple Grove High School, I'm John Jacobson. Final score tonight, Crimson win their 14th in a row. They win it over the Osseo Orioles 35-0.